Hey everybody, Sean here from BoredParacord.com and also Paracord.com. Today I want to show you the truck tire. Very easy one to weave. Um, Really, there's only a couple steps, and once you have it, you just go, and it's real easy. So I have about 15 feet here, and what you need to do is separate. You're going to have 10 feet on one working cord and 5 feet on the other. So you want to break this into thirds, and basically you just take the length of your cord, divide it by 3, and two parts of that will go one way, and one third of that will go the other. Um, so I've already done that. So what I'm going to do now is take this loop right here. So when I take this loop, basically I have 10 feet coming off this side of the loop and 5 feet coming off this side. And I have a 5/8 inch buckle. It's a little bit wider because this is just a little wider bracelet. I am going to, let's see, take this loop and poke it through from the back. Actually, that's wrong. I'm going to poke it from the top through the buckle, pull it through the back side, and then loop it around the buckle over top of it. And this will give me a cow's hitch. So real simple to do. The next thing I'm going to do is I've got 10 feet on one side, 5 feet on the other. So we're going to flip this over and run this cord through my fingers to get rid of any of these twists that are going on here. So here's my 5 feet, and then I'm going to pull the rest of it through here. There's my 10 feet. So I'm going to flip this buckle back over, and we're just going to go up through the buckle this time. Pull this all the way through, and we'll go back and grab that 5 feet in just a second here. So whoops, I'm going to have to flip this buckle over. There we go. You know what? I did that backwards also. So instead of going from the top down, we're going to go from the back side up. So go from the back of the buckle up through. There we go. Get that out of there. Alright, so there's my 10 footer. And then we have the 5 footer. We're just going to do the same thing. Pull that through until we have 2 loops here. And they both have a little bit of a twist in there, so we'll get the twist out. So you've got your basic bracelet shape here. And what we want to do is open this up and kind of set it up just like this, where we'll have one cord off to the left. That's my 5 foot. And then my 10 footer over here. Make sure this is nice and tight, this cow's hitch here. And we're going to take a measurement. We're going to measure from the end of this buckle, right there, to the ledge on this buckle. Not this part. Everything you can see there, that's where you're measuring to. Right to that ledge. Because this part of the buckle will actually be inside of this part. So we don't worry about that. Now, to get started so that we can lock this on here, I think the best method for this one would just to do a simple Solomon. So we'll just do that real quick. So we're going to take our left cord, create a loop, take it off to the right. We're going to take our right cord, cross over the left one, take the cord around the back, and through the loop on the left. And we got 10 feet to pull through. There we go. And we're just going to tighten this up. So I'm not really sure of the length on this. I just do it by eye, and usually I can get it pretty close to my wrist size. So all right, now that we have this on there, you want to double check your measurement, because once we get past this point, you can't change the length of the bracelet. So once it's set, it's set. So go ahead and double check your length here, and we'll go ahead and get started. So the short length of your cord, all it's going to do, this whole bracelet, is just going to work its way back and forth like this down the bracelet. Okay, so this is going to be kind of what we weave around. So the 5-footer is the one that zigzags back and forth, and the 10-footer is the one that we wrap around. So I'll show you what I mean. So what you need to do first is bring your 5-foot across, just like this. The 10-footer goes behind it, so the 5-foot goes all the way across all 3 cords. Now we're going to do 2 loops on the left of the center cords and 2 loops on the right of the center cords. And whoop, I just messed that all up, didn't I? Okay, so here we go. We're going to grab the 10-foot section's end, and like I said, the starting cord, your 10-footer, goes behind the 5-footer here. Now, let me zoom in just a little bit on here so you can see what's going on. Okay, so like I said, we're going to do 2 loops on this side of the center cord and 2 loops over in this loop here. So we're going to do 1. Whoops, I just dropped my 10-foot cord. You can also create a little loop like this, pass that down through. Now these first couple are kind of hard to do because you've got this buckle that keeps wanting to flip over. Okay, so there's 1 loop. See that loop there? That's 1. We're going to do that again. And that's 2. All right. Now after your second one, you're going to bring your cord around the back and create 2 more. So you can see I did 1 here, 1 here. This cord goes around the center strands, around the back of it, comes back into the front, and down through this loop two times. There's 1. And we're going to do it again. And there's 2. We'll just get this pulled through. And it'll get easier as you go. So if you look at this now, this is what you should have. You should have 2 loops here. This cord goes around the back, and then you create 2 more loops over here. Now to tighten this up, what you can do is pull this one tight, pull your 5-footer nice and tight, push everything up towards the buckle, and then you just have to work this slack out. Now after you do a couple of these, you'll have some finished braid or finished weave here. It'll make it a lot easier. One thing you can do too is pull on these cords, and that'll help you too. And you can see it starts to cinch up. Now the only problem is you're going to have a little bit extra here, and that's what needs to be worked through. So one way you can do that, actually there's a few ways. You've got the needle nose option, which is you just grab hold of the cord and you work it through that way, just like that, which works pretty good. So you just keep on pulling that through until it comes out that side. Now another option you have, and that's starting to look pretty good. It's getting there. It's not quite there yet. Another option you have is to use a fid, like this one here, and you just get underneath, pull that slack out, and work it through. Now I think I kind of like where this is at right now, just because this first one is going to look funny because that cord's coming from the center point over. On the next one, it's not going to do that. It's going to come straight down from where it's at now. Okay, so all you do now is the same thing, but the other way. So you're going to create that loop on the top. The cord starts from the back side, and you just loop it twice. There's 1, 2. And where's my working end? There it is. Okay. So the working end is going to go around the back side, just like that. And we've got our 2 loops. somewhere. Alright, let's work that back that way. Alright, there they are. There's 1 and 2. Okay, so we've got our 2 loops. The cord comes around the back, and then we're going to make our next 2 loops on this side. And which one is it? There we go. There's 1 and 2. This one can be a little tedious, but once you get the hang of it, you will be able to go really fast with this one. Okay, so there's that. We're going to pull this one and this one kind of at the same time, just to tighten them up a little bit. Now, we can pull our slack through. And you might not even need to use something to pull it through. You might be able to get it just with using your fingers, which is what I'm doing now. And it's not too bad. It's working pretty good. See, that's the slack I just created, doing it that way. And then once you get it tightened up, you just push everything up toward the buckle. And I can still tighten this a little bit more to get rid of some of that slack there. But what you're looking for is the design that leaves just a small gap down the center. Just like that. Just a little gap down the center. And then you repeat the process again. I'll do one more here, and then I'm going to break away, finish this on up, and show you how to complete it at the end. So there's 1 loop. You want to try and keep everything together while you're doing this. That's going to probably be the hardest part of this all, is just to kind of keep everything together while you're creating your loops. Because it'll have a tendency to try and twist on you, and you want to keep it from doing that. Second loop. And then we take that around the back. There we go. And then create 2 loops here. Just like that. Pull that one tight. And go back and try to get rid of some of the slack that's in here. That little bit there. Push it through to this one. There we go. You could also use a tightening tool, marlin spike. That would also work pretty nicely too. Go ahead and push that up. Pull this guy tight. And we are on our way. But yep, that's the style you're going for. So just keep on going. I know it's a little tedious. It might take you a little while, but this is a really nice bracelet when it turns out. There's a couple variations you can do at the end to put a nice stripe right down this little crack here. And we can go over that when I'm finished. But I'll be back to show you how to complete your bracelet. Alright, so I'm at the end of this bracelet now. And as you can see, there's kind of a big gap right here and right here. So what I want to do is fill that up. And the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to take this cord from the back side of the buckle, run it up through, just like that. And what that's going to do is give me a little gap here. So I'm going to run the cord down through that gap and out the back side of the bracelet. And we're just going to leave that there. You can see it filled that gap up nicely. So we're going to move all the cord on this buckle over to the right side now and do the same exact thing. So from the back side of the buckle up through. And I think I got a twist in there. Yep, I sure do. Get that twist out. And we're going to do the same thing. Run that through that hole there and out the back. And you can complete this bracelet without a fid too, which is very good. No extra tools needed on this one. Back up just a tad. Alright, now we're going to pull this extremely tight so that it kind of cinches everything right up, and it gives us a nice spot to finish the bracelet. So you want to pull as hard as you can to get those locked in there. Once they're locked in, simply cut your paracord right up near the bracelet. I'm just going to do one at a time. I've got about 2 feet left on that cord. And I've got the dual torch lighter today because my other torch lighter ran out of fuel. This is a great lighter. Probably the most durable lighter that I carry is this dual torch lighter. It comes in black, I think a burgundy too. And we'll just smash that in there, smooth it over. If you've got a smoothing tool, it works really good. And we'll do the same on this side. Cut it up near there. And see what I do here, I like to fold back so it kind of makes the paracord protrude out of there. And then I do it real slowly so I don't melt everything so much that it burns. I just do it nice and slow. That way it gives it a chance to kind of melt down into all the cracks and crevices. And actually, I'm just going to leave that one like that. No, I won't. I'm going to push it down in there. I don't want it to pull through, so I'm going to kind of flatten it out a little bit. And that's it. See, it fills that gap up real nice. Gives you a nice finished look on the end of that bracelet. And that's the truck tire. That's the back side. Back side looks kind of cool too. It has like a rib down the middle. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe like that. You can. But it's a real flat bracelet. Looks nice on your wrist too. It's not. It is a little bit bulky. I probably wouldn't wear a bracelet like this, but I know there's a ton of you out there that do. This is definitely a great one. Not real thick. Really cool design too. I've never done one like this before, so it's something new for me, and I hope you guys try it out. It's definitely one I like, and I'm gonna keep making these, I think. So don't forget to check out the Facebook group. It's facebook.com/groups/paracordon, and there's a link down in the description for it, along with a few other links, so check those out as well. And I will see you in there. And until next time, paracord on. Do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button to your left. There's other great videos all the time, and there's a few to the right side of the screen, and you can also buy Paracord at our site with the link at the bottom left. Thank you again for watching.